Hey everybody, PKFT1 here. I am here once again with Blur.
Hi.
And today we are going to be ranking the new party members from both P5X and P5T based on their designs. This is probably going to be a little shorter than our usual videos, but I was trying to think of a way that we could kind of spur conversation around both P5T as well as P5X, since we haven't talked about P5T really at all on our channel, let alone updates on P5X since it was first revealed a few months ago. So I feel like this might be a good little conversation starter around some of the new characters that are now going to be canon in the Persona series. Whether or not they actually have a real impact long term on the Persona 5 brand, it remains to be seen, or maybe they'll just wash away after, you know, a year or so after these games release. It's hard to say, considering I'm assuming Persona 5 is late in its lifespan compared to... I mean, they could continue to do spin-offs in the future. I'm sure they will. But anyhow, so as you can see here, we have the ranking. I don't even know, what is this website called? Tier Maker. We're gonna rank them from S to F. I don't know who's gonna land where, honestly. Some of these characters obviously have more thought out designs than others. So we're actually going to start with the new Persona 5 Tactica characters. So let me ask you, Blur, let's start out with Irina. She was the first character that was unveiled for Persona 5 Tactics. What do you feel about her design altogether?
I like her, I like her hairstyle. I think is interesting. It's hard to tell because it's a completely different style too. Like, I like the art style of it.
Right, it's almost unfair to compare it to the classic Persona design simply for the fact, like you said, being a different art style, it makes you wonder how exactly she would look in the classic Persona style.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's fair to note, sorry, this is just a side note, I didn't mean to cut you off. As far as I'm aware, she's not like a phantom thief, per se. Yeah. So, anyhow, go ahead.
I think, like, overall, she's fine. She's kind of, like, in the middle for me, so maybe, like, a B or a C.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think there's anything too crazy about her design. I like her, like, little bits of armor.
Yeah, I do too.
Her having a spear is kind of cool. And it seems like, again, she's got the same Persona 5 color scheme, but I'm not crazy about the design either. So I would say... What do you think? Do you think we should put her at a B or a C?
We can put her at a B.
All right, we'll put her at a B.
We can change it if we need to.
Yeah, we'll probably rearrange stuff at the end if we really feel it. Again, we're going off of design simply for the fact that we don't really know much about these characters yet.
Yeah, I feel like it's like when you start to know a character, then in a weird way you end up liking or hating the design because you're like, this doesn't fit their personality or something, or this really fits them. And then it kind of, like, I guess then you get a sort of bias.
Yeah. Okay. This next character. What's interesting... Okay, so this next character, if you guys don't know, is... His name, I believe, is Toshiro. I believe. He is a new character in P5T. He is a party member. And from what I understand, he's supposed to be some sort of politician. I believe he's actually running to be, like, Prime Minister of Japan. So he's kind of like a Shido role, except he's, I'm assuming, a good guy because he's on your team. But his design here is quite simple. I mean, it's just
a guy in a suit.
Yeah, it's just a guy in a suit, and it's not like his costume, as far as we know, changes in combat. from what we can see, this is just his outfit. And he is a party member. It's not like he's like a side character. So there's got to be something to that. I wonder if he's going to play like a role in combat that's maybe a little different.
Maybe he'll be like a support.
That could be it, actually. Because I guess we haven't seen how they use Futaba per se. But maybe we have. Maybe I just haven't looked deep enough. I mean, there isn't a whole lot to say based on this character, aside from he's a man in a suit, you know?
Yeah, there's not a lot going on unless he gets a design later on and they're keeping it secret. But as he is, like, it's not offensive, it's just kind of plain. So put him in, like, D.
Wait, I have an interesting side note. I was looking up pictures of the character on my phone.
Yeah. Is he more interesting?
He has one glove. Kind of like our version of Akechi.
Oh my gosh. He has the other glove.
He has the other glove.
The mystery has been solved.
Okay, I'm going to put him at a D or F.
Yeah, it's like D.
Let's put him in.
It's just kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
again, it's like we don't know anything about this character. We could end up liking this guy.
Right. It's nothing against the character's role. It's just the design based on what we've seen. So, whatever. Doesn't seem to have a Phantom Thief outfit. Honestly, some of the, like... The thing I like about Persona 5 is the fact that when they go into the metaverse, they get their costumes, and it kind of creates a more iconic look to each character.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why when I go back and I play Persona 4 and Persona 3, I'm always kind of struck by, oh yeah, they just wear their school uniforms when they're in the TV world or whatever. When they're in the other world. So it's not quite as striking. But let's move on, because the next characters all are Phantom Thieves? Do they call themselves Phantom Thieves? Is that...
I don't know if they call themselves Phantom Thieves too, actually. I know someone just recently, like, translated, like, a trailer, but...
Yeah, I forget. From what I understand, these characters actually are supposed to be 10 years younger than the Persona 5 cast, if I'm not mistaken. It takes place like 10 years later or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's supposed to be 10 years later.
Which is interesting to me, because that's a big gap. So the regular Phantom Thief should be way older, but I know they're also like seen in the game, but I don't know if it's just because it's a gacha version of them that it's just their old designs, or if like maybe there's gonna be updated avatars of the P5 cast. Like, that'd be really interesting, but I don't know. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about P5X, but we're gonna start with the first character, which is Wonder. Wonder, obviously, he's the protagonist, so his design is very reminiscent of Joker.
It's like a more, less detailed version of Joker's outfit.
Yeah, he's not particularly... I mean, he doesn't stand out to me in any sort of way. I mean, I think his jacket's cool. I like that he has kind of like the translucent red mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool in and of itself.
Like, he still looks cool, but he's like, his design is too reminiscent of Joker's. It's like we already have like Kasumi, who is also, her design is very much like Joker's.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have him. So it's kind of trying to make Joker like less special in his outfit almost.
Yeah.
Like unique. He also, his knife is very similar.
Right. Is he going to like be considered a Persona protagonist alongside the rest of every character who's appeared in a mainline Persona game. Like, is he going to be in, like, promotional artwork going forward for, like, anniversaries?
I guess we'll find out. I guess it depends if this leaves China and goes anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the design is bad.
No,
I'd probably give it a B as well.
Yeah.
Because, like, if
I'm just taking points off because it's too much like Joker.
Right, because if it was maybe separated from Joker, maybe I would rank it higher.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's so inspired, I feel like maybe that's what keeps it from progressing. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's amazing. Yeah, I'll give it a B. Because, I think it's still cool. It looks cool. All right. That leads us to the next character, who I believe her Phantom Thief name is, or her code name is Closer. She's kind of the first friend I think you make, at least from what I understand from the trailers. I think her design is really cool. I really like it. It's probably my favorite design of all of these.
I like it too. I really like the hood.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like her persona.
Yeah, I haven't actually gotten a good look at her persona. I might have it here. Sorry, I'm looking on my phone because I don't want to click off the screen. Yeah, I love the design. The reason I like this design is I always like when they use really bold colors in the characters' outfits.
Yeah.
And this one has so much personality. I kind of like that the hood kind of is like a lightning bolt. And she also kind of looks like a jester. She has a cool weapon. It kind
of almost makes me think of, like, Chie.
Yeah, it's like if you mix, like, Chie and a little bit of On together, you would get something like this.
I really like her design. She has a good design.
I'm going to give her... Honestly, I'm going to give her an S. I think her design...
That's fair.
Even compared to the other Phantom Thieves, I think I like her design better than, like, most of the other Phantom Thieves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just really like the outfit design. I just think it's really cool.
It is cool.
But I don't know. Yeah. Would you rank it that high or would you rank it lower?
No, I think I'd give it an S. I like it a lot because it's very unique, different from the other Phantom Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it a lot.
I feel like her mask maybe could be a little more exciting, but...
I think the mask is simple because the outfit has more going on. There's already so much going on with her head.
Mm-hmm.
With the hood.
Right, that's true. That's true. I do like that the mask is red. That kind of makes it stand out a little more. But she seems cool. I like the idea behind her design. And it's obvious that she's also kind of an athletic character. So let's move on. So next character we have is Owlboy, a.k.a. Luffy, a.k.a. What did we say his nickname was? Or his codename was?
Was it Cattle?
Cattle. Is it because he looks like a cow? I don't know.
I don't know. It could just be because he's black and white.
That might be it. I'm very conflicted on this character. I don't think it's bad, but I also don't necessarily think it's like...
It's like the Joker problem again.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the Joker problem, and I think also because of the fact that he's a bird, it almost is a little too humanoid. Not that that's a bad thing per se.
He's very inspired by Mona. I think he's very cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that he has... I mean, again, like, I can see where it comes from. He has, like, more clothes.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like his little oven mitts. I don't know what they are.
Yeah. He has kind of a Sonic character-looking design. He
kind of does. Honest. He has, like, very Sonic-shaped body.
I am conflicted. If you had to rank him based on your own personal opinion, Where do you think you would rank him?
Well, he's like a little mascot. He's a lot like Morgana and Teddy, but Teddy's like a lot different than both of them.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if his legs were shorter, I would almost like his design way more. Like if they were like half the length.
I think he's very cute. So I think he's at least like a B, maybe a very low A.
Yeah, he is. I think his design is more exciting than these two.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do I really feel he's an A? Because I'd probably put him in a B.
You just make him high B. You make him high B. High
B. We'll put him at the top of the B list. Put Irina behind him. Like, now I'm thinking, I'm like, maybe I might even lower them. We'll re-rank at the end if we feel any certain way. All right. Yeah. Next one is Yuki. This was actually, if I'm not mistaken, the first character we actually got a look at when they first unveiled P5X. Mm-hmm. And she was originally shown as kind of like a hacker. I don't know if that's still what she is. But her outfit's actually pretty cool. She kind of makes me...
I like that she has like the ball and chain.
Yeah. I'm curious what exactly her role is. I think she's another character where the mask is a little bland, but that being said, I think her outfit is cool. I like the ruffly sleeves.
It's kind of doing it's trying to do like this half Phantom of the Opera thing on the one side.
Oh, is it? I gotta...
Yeah.
Oh, you're kind of right, actually. Yeah. She has the cool purple color. I really like that color. She also has like the armor on her legs.
Yeah, and it's almost, she has like this cowl on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I really like the design. I think it's a top design.
I agree. I think of all of these, it's definitely up there. I would either put it in A, maybe even S. What do you think?
Yeah, you could put it in A, maybe by... It's like A.
All right, we'll put her in A. Again, we might re-rank these. Here's the thing.
She might go to S.
A lot of the P5X stuff, a lot of people don't like, I've noticed. A lot of people have felt conflicted about.
I can see why.
Again, I think a lot of it's a lot of reminiscence of other characters. But at the same time, I feel like some of these designs are unique enough that I feel like they'd fit right in with everyone else if like one of these designs made it in the game. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you're gonna start running into repetition when you have to make so many characters, so I get it. All right, the next character, Mont, is the name she goes by. She kind of seems like she is she almost reminds me of like not Kasumi per se.
She kind of also makes me think of Makoto, but I think that's just her mask because she has this very metal-esque mask. Almost kind of like a night mask, kind of like Makoto's was.
Yes, you're right.
White instead of black.
Yeah, hers is actually kind of reminds me of like a helmet, like the face of a helmet. She also has like a big sword. She's got a very different color scheme from most of the Phantom Thieves. She's got the, white
this dress. This is not what you'd want to be wearing when you're trying to sneak around in the dark.
Yeah, it's not particularly covert. I don't really think, like...
Then again, I guess bright yellow isn't either. But...
Yeah, no, it's not. There's kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a playful mischievousness to each of the Phantom Thieves. Mm-hmm. And for her, it almost feels like it's almost, this is going to sound weird, but it's almost too elegant. Because I feel like...
I don't know. It doesn't necessarily feel like a thief outfit to me. Like, it's not bad, but I think that this would probably go to C.
Yeah. I think I agree with you. Because here's the thing. I feel like Haru had a good mixture of, like, elegance
but
and...
like thiefness, because it was supposed to be like kind of like old-timey, like, lady thief.
Yeah,
like,
kind of had a bit of a Victorian look to it, but she also had the hat.
Ons made sense because it's like you think like, oh, Catwoman from like Batman. Like, obviously, like, you could tell where some of this inspiration takes place.
Yeah, like Cat Burglar. Yeah, I'd probably put her at a C. Yeah, let's say C. Again, I don't think she has a bad design per se. It's just not doing anything for me.
Same. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's like, this is going to sound weird. It just feels like it's just kind of there.
Right. Now, next character I'm very interested to see what you think. The next one is, I think his name is Seiji. Or Seiji. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. His is okay. His almost reminds me of, like, a Zorro kind of character, like a gentleman
you're right. I was trying to think of what it was reminding me of. Yeah, it does make me think sort of like, it's like almost kind of like Joker's again, like almost like it's supposed to be like a gentleman thief, except this is more gentleman.
Yeah, it's almost got that tuxedo look to it.
It's tuxedo mask.
His mask again is, it's all right. It looks like a mask you'd wear to a party.
In a weird way, this is gonna sound weird, he makes me think of like Yusuke.
Yes, I agree. He has that like ponytail.
I think it's just because he's more
fancy,
regal, I guess.
Regal, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. He's a little more regal. Yeah, I agree. It does for some reason, even though there's nothing about his design that makes me think Yusuke per se. He does have like
maybe it's just the blue gloves. I don't know.
Maybe
it makes me think that
it might be the hair.
I'm thinking of like Yusuke's design because he just has like he has the big boots. He has like the fox motif. His is more like Japanese than this guy's is. This guy's isn't really Japanese. It's just kind of like fancy in general.
Yeah, he's got the buckled shoes, which are kind of funny.
I mean, I like it. But it's like at the same time, like I'm trying to figure out, like it's definitely different than the others. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily like, well, I say it makes me think Yusuke. It's not like trying to actually copy him. Like this is definitely its own design. So I appreciate that it's like
if Joker had like a black tie event outfit. I feel like this would be what Joker would wear. I think that's those two big tails that I just think of all the other characters that have the like big tails on the back of their coats.
Maybe this is like a B.
Yeah, I think so. I'll put it at B. Because again, I think it's interesting, but it's nothing crazy. Yeah, I like it all right. I think the blue gloves are a little off-putting, like I don't get what they go with in the outfit.
Yeah, maybe if they were like white.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now here's one again that I'm very interested to know what you think. I believe his name is supposed to be like Soy or something, which is kind of a funny name. So this guy's kind of got the cowboy aesthetic.
I appreciate that they're doing like a different type of thief.
Okay, you want to know what's funny? So I saw this character design the other day, and I was thinking to myself, another cowboy? And then I sat there and realized, wait, they've never done a cowboy. Why did I have that thought?
Kind of like that.
Sorry, say that again?
Wolf Zenkichi?
Yeah, he kind of had like but he also had like the tri-tip hat, which makes me think of more like either Victorian era but I think he did have like a duster that was kind of more Western. Yeah, you're right. But at the same time, I'm like, cowboy just makes so much sense for Phantom Thief. You know what I mean? I'm surprised in the base roster. It makes it sound like a fighting game. In the base game cast, there wasn't like a Like, Ryuji would have been such an easy character to give a cowboy aesthetic instead of the... I mean, he didn't even really have a pirate aesthetic, but his persona was a pirate.
Mask, which can be related to pirates, at least on their flags and stuff.
Yeah. So this guy, I've seen a lot of people hate this design on Twitter because he was just unveiled like yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I like the hat, and I actually kind of like the mask, and then I like the bandana, and then that's kind of where it ends.
Yeah, I actually...
It's like they messed up the rest of the design.
I find it interesting that, like, I'm looking at these pictures, and I'm like, his design almost looks better in 2D than it does in 3D.
I feel like if he had more of, like, actual, like, if he had... it doesn't need to have the long tails like everyone else is having. But if he had more of like a jacket, like a cowboy, or like a cowboy vest, because he just has, it almost looks like body armor on.
Yeah,
If he had like some kind of cowboy-esque jacket, he would probably look a bit better.
I like the bandana, and again, I like the hat.
I like the hat, the mask, and the bandana, and then the gloves are actually pretty okay, like the metal bits there.
Reminds me of Ryuji's.
Again, maybe if they weren't blue, maybe if they were like red or something.
Yeah, this is a character where it's like, I don't know, because it's like there are aspects I really like of it. I think more people just don't like his regular design because he just looks like Ryuji kind of with blue hair. He seems to have the tough guy persona. Again, I like the idea of a cowboy aesthetic, but it doesn't quite do enough for me.
Maybe like there's parts I like, and then I'm like, but then there's other parts, so maybe he's like a C.
That's what I'm thinking, because I don't think he's terrible.
No, yeah.
I'm starting to think though, like I'm looking at some of these other rankings now, and I'm like, but is it worse or better than this design? Okay, so now we have them laid out. I'm wanting to reassess a little bit.
Do you want to push the one person up to S?
Yeah, I'll do it. Let's push her up to S. I really like her design. We'll push Yuki up there. Okay, back to... I want to go back to Irina.
Are these all the new Phantom Thieves, or are there still more to be on?
These, as far as I know, are all of them? There might be one more, but I'm not aware, because that's 1, 2,
I was just thinking
3,
if they
4,
like actually
5,
showed all of
6,
them off. Yeah.
7. So that's 7 characters. How many are there in the original Persona 5 cast? 1, 2, 3,
7 or 8.
4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 8 or 9, including Akechi. So there could be more. This is just who we've seen so far, so this might be outdated very soon. So I'm actually thinking I might put Irina in C.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, put her in C.
These two, yeah, I'm like... Wonder, yeah, I think Wonder's still cool.
Yeah, he's still cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with his design. It's just too much like Joker.
Yeah.
But it's, like, not bad.
In fact, I'm going to put him down in F, because there's just nothing going on with him.
There is nothing going on with him. He's just a guy in a suit.
Again, these two, I feel like the reason they stand out is just the color. In fact, I'm arguing maybe I should even bump him up. Because I don't feel like he's on the... I feel like he's unique enough that we could bump him up to an A.
Yeah.
So let's do that. These two being in B, I feel okay with.
I think that's fair.
These 3 being in C. Yeah.
I'm still okay.
I actually think he's a little more interesting than both of them, even if his design isn't quite as cohesive.
Yeah.
I'll put Irina and her at the bottom. Again, I don't even think that Irina or Mont have bad designs.
Yeah, they're not bad designs. They're just...
I don't know. There's just nothing that exciting about them.
It almost feels like, I feel like with Mont, maybe I just don't know. It just doesn't seem like Maybe it's like I just prefer ones that seem to kind of have a theme around them.
Yeah, maybe.
Feels like white Joker.
Yeah. Joker. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
No, I mean like the outfit's white.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I did not realize how that sounded.
Maybe she is white. Who knows? I haven't played the game. Yeah, so I don't know if there's any other adjustments we want to make. We could probably do another one of these with like more stuff when it comes out.
What Yuki makes me think of.
What's that?
Yuki looks like she's gonna go slay some vampires.
Yeah, actually, I could see her in like a Castlevania game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I look at Yuki's design, the more I'm like, actually, this is really cool. It does. The closest I can compare it to is maybe Haru, but even then, it's so unique.
Yeah, it's like a mix of Haru and like I don't know Makoto.
Yeah, with the little bit of armor and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But it's like unique enough from both of them that I like it.
Yeah, and yeah, I like Closer. Hers is really cool. She's definitely my favorite of all these. Yeah, I think actually it's funny. I put Luffy or whatever his name is above everybody else, and just based on I like the way his color scheme is kind of laid out because again he has that primary color scheme that they always use for the mascots, but I like the restraint in the use of certain colors, like the reds, and they almost emphasize the blue and the yellow more.
Accents.
Yeah, because so many other characters, it's all they have is the red and the black, and that's really it. Whereas I feel like his use of the primary colors, because he's the mascot character, it kind of off-puts the amount of black and red a little more. So he's a little more striking. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts before we finish?
Nope. I think we got everything.
Yeah. So let us know, guys. Did we get it completely wrong? What do you guys think? Is there a design that we absolutely should have ranked higher or lower? I'm curious to see what you guys think. I'm sure there are going to be people who harshly disagree with us and think, why would you rank this character? This character looks like this character up here. And I'm sure there's something we overlooked. I don't know. But let us know below, and I will try to respond to anybody who bothers to watch this video. All right. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you again later.